Whether you're a privacy professional, a tech innovator, or concerned citizen, privacy matters to you and because of you.
That's right, Joy. The video calls us to strengthen privacy protections across borders and recognizes the incredible opportunities for global careers and cross-sector collaboration. At this juncture, we would like to welcome Deputy Privacy Commissioner Attorney Jose Amelito S. Bellarmino II to give us the opening remarks.
Deputy Privacy Commissioner Bellarmino is a dedicated privacy and data protection professional with a strong background in regulatory work and global compliance. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in speech communication and graduated as magna cum laude from UP Diliman and a law degree from San Beda University. A 2021 Chevening Scholar, he earned his Master of Science in Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics with distinction from the University of Westminster, where he also received the Personal Development Award. Attorney Bellarmino has served in both public and private sectors. He was head executive assistant and later OIC executive director of the NPC, contributing to key initiatives such as the Data Privacy Council, the country's participation in the GPA and APPA, and its membership in the APEX CBPR system.
Before returning to NPC as Deputy Commissioner, he was Director for Global Privacy in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa at one of the world's largest hotel chains, overseeing privacy impact assessments, rights requests, regulatory inquiries, and more. He's a dual qualified lawyer, admitted to both the Philippine and California bars, and is a bar and MCLE lecturer on data privacy and tech-related laws. Now, as Deputy Commissioner, he brings extensive institutional knowledge and is committed to advancing responsible data governance in the digital age. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in extending a warm welcome to Deputy Privacy Commissioner Attorney Jose Amelito S. Bellarmino II.
Thank you, Joy and Justin, for that introduction. And a very great morning to everyone. Secretary Henry Aguda of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Privacy Commissioner Attorney John Henry Naga, my fellow Deputy Privacy Commissioner Attorney Nerissa De Jesus, our Executive Director Attorney Ivan Alzona, to our esteemed foreign delegates and friends who have traveled thousands of miles to be with us today, to our kababayans from different parts of the country, to former Deputy Privacy Commissioner Don Di Mapa, to my former boss and mentor, the very first Privacy Commissioner, Mr. Raymond E. Leboro, to all the officials and hard-working staff of the NPC, to everyone, thank you for being with us today and for making this gathering truly monumental. There are 7 continents, nearly 200 nations, hundreds of spoken languages, and multiple cultural identities. And yet, in this vast mosaic of human diversity, technology has managed to do what was once seemingly impossible: transcend borders, bridge oceans, and connect people in real time. So whether you're here in Manila, in Dubai, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in Sydney, London, or LA, the same apps sit in our phones, the same platforms shape our interactions, and the same invisible algorithms strongly influence what we see, what we add to our carts, and even what we believe in. So in this borderless digital world, the question is really no longer about connection, but protection. Whether our values, our rights, our privacy can withstand the tide of transformation. And that is why we are here. Privacy has never been just about compliance. Privacy is about dignity, agency, trust, and accountability. Again, dignity, agency, trust, and accountability, or simply data. Privacy is recognizing that behind every data point, there is a human being, one that has a name, a history, and more importantly, a future. Privacy is allowing individuals to make informed decisions about their lives, including how their data is processed. But equally important, privacy is about trust, the very foundation that makes every digital interaction possible. Without trust, no system, no matter how secure, will be sustainable. And of course, privacy is about accountability, making people answerable for their actions and for their decisions. So yes, privacy is about personal data, but also it is about DATA. And as we navigate the digital age, privacy has become a universal concern. Whether you're a policymaker drafting laws, a data protection officer managing risks, a technologist designing a system, or just a citizen trying to understand how your data is being processed. Truly, the digital environment is evolving faster than most legal systems can adapt. Well, this creates both an opportunity and a challenge. Because truly, talking about privacy is very easy. Promising privacy is very common. But living it in architecture, in governance, and in culture, that is the true test. As such, this year's theme, Global Privacy Matters, is a timely reminder of two things. First, that privacy matters regardless of location, geography, or culture. And second, the matters that we face in privacy is truly global. When a breach occurs in one country, its ripple effects can be felt across nations. When a new regulation is in fact enacted in one region, others take notice or even take action. When a child begins to use a digital platform, we all share the responsibility to make sure that their rights are protected, their data are not compromised, and their future are not compromised. We are also witnessing a deepening convergence in global standards, from EU's GDPR to strong frameworks in the Middle East, in Asia, in Africa, and in Latin America. But at the same time, divergences remain. Some countries view privacy from the lens of human right. Others see it from the lens of consumer protection and economic policy. And this diversity really adds complexity, but also richness in the privacy dialogue. And it is our role to help bridge the gap, to find a common ground, and to build a system that respects both the local nuance and international interoperability. But as we talk about convergence, we must also talk about transformation. New technologies like artificial intelligence, biometric profiling, and even privacy-enhancing technologies are fundamentally reshaping how we process and even perceive personal data. Artificial intelligence in particular is not just a data issue, it is a products issue. And we must ensure that privacy safeguards are embedded not only in the inputs that we use, but also in the outcomes it produces. We need to ask, are these decisions fair? Are they explainable? Who is accountable? This is why we need a hybrid approach. Just like a well-designed house or building, rights serve as the foundations and supporting walls, setting non-negotiables like legal basis for processing and individual rights. Risks, on the other hand, function like the floors, determining how strong or layered our protections should be. This approach preserves the core principles of data protection while allowing enough flexibility to innovate responsibly. Equally important is recognizing the expanded professional horizons that this moment brings. As privacy becomes central to digital governance, it is not just shaping policy. It is creating meaningful new jobs and careers across disciplines, whether from law, communications, engineering, ethics, or even behavioral science. Privacy professionals are no longer just compliance officers. We have become educators, diplomats, strategists, and more importantly, advocates. And as demand continues to grow, we must continue to diversify, deepen, and expand our expertise, building a workforce that reflects both the complexity of the challenge and the global scale of the responsibility. Let us take this opportunity to invest in talent, build capacity, and open more doors. Of course, not just to protect data, but to provide livelihoods, strengthen institutions, and empower our communities in this digital age. Allow me to end on a more human note. For all our frameworks, technical terms, and models, privacy remains a deeply personal issue. It is about the person behind the data. It is about the students enrolling in your schools, patients entrusting their health records in your hospitals, job seekers submitting their resumes full of hopes before your companies, or a child exploring knowledge through a learning app. It is both our job and a privilege to ensure that in the rush to connect the world, we do not forget to protect it. That in the quest to scale innovation, we do not abandon intention. Let us be reminded that even in the age of automation and algorithms, humans, with all our complexities, or as we'd like to call it in Filipino, kaartehan or kaprichuhan, we must remain at the center. Because yes, global privacy matters, but it should matter not just to our systems, but to our societies. It should matter not just in our policies, but to our people. We must continue to engage in conversations like this, even if it's quite difficult to organize. And speaking of effort it takes to make gatherings like this event happen, before we officially begin today's discussion, I'd like to ask for your indulgence and join me in giving a resounding round of applause to the men and women who work tirelessly to make this event possible. A big round of applause for them. Thank you. On a final note, let's keep in mind that it is one thing to acknowledge convergence, but it is another to actively pursue it. Let us be part of that pursuit. Because yes, the world is now borderless, and privacy must be its shared language, spoken not just by law, but by design, by default, and by intent. Thank you. Welcome to each and every one. And as we say here in the Philippines, mabuhay. Maraming salamat po.